All right. Hello, Blockey Sports Network. We are live here from Los Angeles with the second Winter Classic of today's BHCL seasons. We got the Los Angeles Earthquakes taking on the Paris Pigeons right behind us. I'm joined to my right by Youppi, and
Hey,
to my left by Chokington,
What are you doing?
owner of the Sacramento Surge. Youppi owns the New York Bagels. But before we get into today's games, we'll go into a recap of what happened on Wednesday, March 3rd, with our first Winter Classic. The Ohio Otters took on the New York Bagels. The Bagels narrowly getting the win, 1-0 off the back of Panaman's shutout. Youppi, what did you see from your team that game?
I think we showed a lot of improvements from earlier this season. I mean, obviously we lost to that Otters team. I think week 1 or early week 2, and I think that we were in control for a lot of that game. Obviously, we had a slow start, which has been an issue for the Bagels all season. But we got over the hurdle of own goaling. We got over the hurdle of Spanaman not being able to finish the shutout, and it got us the win.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm a little biased. You know, I think that these two teams definitely meet each other in playoffs. I want to say that playoff matchup is fate. I think this is going to be a finals matchup, if not the finals matchup. Chokington, what do you think about these teams heading into the playoffs?
I mean, let's start at the basis. All right. Both teams are great, but let's not forget who has been a playoff fraud their entire career. And I mean, been dating back to when he first won his Stanley Cup for what it feels like maybe 5 years ago. Robe, he's a great regular season player. And, he gets us a lot, but it's true. He doesn't really show out in playoffs. And I think more on that Otters team. I think Robe, I really want him to do better because I think this season he has a better line mate in Sammy the Whale. I think they play really well off each other. The second line of Packers and APAT is starting to pick back up again. And obviously, Bagel Glaze has been playing like an elite goaltender. And for the Bagels, obviously, they have the greatest player of all time, supposedly, over there on the desk, Youppi. And they got a great goalie in Pandaman as well. And obviously, we can't forget Top Rages, Tango, Emdravel as a sub, Arax. They've been playing all super well recently. And credit where credit's due. I think the Bagels and the Otters are both very deserving of a finals position.
Yeah, depth, star power, and goaltending. All boxes checked for these teams, but we'll head to our second matchup of Wednesday. The Otters taking on their doubleheader and winning it in overtime against the Paris Pigeons. Robe with the game-winning goal on that one. Walk us through what you saw, Vasilevsky.
I saw a very weak Paris Pigeons team. They were down their team captain, their team owner, sorry. And, they played a very strong game. I have to say, I thought they played really well during the entirety of that game. And I think it just came down to little things. I think Ardoggy was getting too aggressive. Maybe he's used to having Tucker back there. And Tiger Lover just couldn't exactly replicate what ohLuvv does. And that second line has been very worrisome. But they were playing okay for the most part of that game. And then the Otters, my goodness, they looked really good in that game, and I feel like they should have won it in regulation. And realistically, it didn't take long going into overtime. It took is that 15 seconds in overtime?
Yeah, Robe just a blast from the point. Yeah, incredible bounce back for my Otters. You love to see it. Maintaining that number 2 spot in the standings. So just overall a great bounce back from us. The Pigeons, however, did not bounce back in their next game. In fact, they lost 4-0 to the worst team, not standings wise, but just in general, I think
Objectively worst team.
the consensus worst team in the
Yeah.
league, the Nebraska Popcorn, just stomping them out 4-0. It's the Pigeons, like the Popcorn weren't even bailed out by Spooky Mount in that game. It was just the Pigeons all around having a terrible game. Youppi, what are your thoughts on just that horror show for the Pigeons?
I mean, it was the whole roster. They were playing pathetic. As a fellow player, I don't like to dog on my fellow competitors too hard, but at a certain point, you're when your goalie is leaving the game in the third period and complaining about the lack of effort on your team, in the general Discord for Blockey Hockey, you know that there's an issue internally. The fact that he's not going to his teammates, he doesn't feel like he can go to the higher ups on that team. He doesn't feel like he has a voice. I think that really showed. A lot of players on that team just played awful that game. I'm saying that from the perspective of somebody else that plays that. My teammates played like that, I'd be very disappointed. They didn't look like they cared. There were points in that game where Brandon was walking over the red line, transports is here, and he's backing up and just letting them shoot. He's playing with no awareness, playing with no IQ. The whole team didn't show up. Even our doggy didn't show up that game, which is rare. You need him to perform, especially when you're without ohLuvv. But honestly, it shouldn't really matter that you don't have ohLuvv against a team that realistically on paper is that much weaker than you, and you're getting outshot. The Popcorn team is a team that tries to win games by 1 or 2 goals off the back of a Spooky Mount masterclass, and they didn't even need that. They scored 4 on you, with your goalie being one of the best in the league. Like, that's just absolutely disappointing. And if you're a Pigeons fan, you should be really worried. Especially coming into tonight. You need your team to prove that they can get back to that level they were at earlier in the year, where they were kind of a force to be reckoned with in like the first couple of weeks. Obviously, they weren't playing that many games, but they took down my Bagels. They were keeping up with some other competitors. But it feels like sometimes they show up and they're just not there, and the signs are really, really bad. And for playoffs, you're going to get exposed if you play like that on a consistent basis.
Yeah, just a terrible showing from a team who was, there were some discussions of them being fraudulent, but we did not expect this low of a point for them. The question remains, will they bounce back in this game? Chokington, I want to hear what you think about this matchup. Obviously, with the struggling Earthquake, the Earthquake who struggled earlier in the season seem to be finding their footing now, but do you think the Pigeons can bounce back against an Earthquake team that seems to be on the rise?
I love the guys on the Pigeons. ohLuvv, and ohDoggy played together for a while. Honestly, no. I'm gonna be straight up with you. The first line matchup, I'll give it. We'll give it to the Pigeons. All right. TJF and Ghostyferret, I think, are outclassed by ohDoggy and ohLuvv, respectfully. All great players. Maybe not TJ so much, skill-wise, but he's still a great player on that line. But it's the second line that just worries me. I mean, their second line, what is it? Konechny and Quake TFA? Is that their second line, chat?
I believe it is.
I mean, going up against Transports and Caspit, I don't think they stand a chance. And even in the goaltending department, Ploods can only do so much. And, I don't think we give the Earthquakes enough credit. Nixies has been playing really well this season. I just don't see a world where the Paris Pigeons win tonight.
I mean, compared to Ploods, though, I feel like Nixies has been arguably worse. Obviously, 2 great goalies. Like, you want to have both of them backstopping you. I'm curious to hear what Youppi thinks about this goaltending matchup.
I mean, coming from somebody that's been beat by Ploods, basically off the back of his own performance, and then beat down on the Pigeons when Ploods had a rough game, I don't want to say he's an inconsistent goaltender. I think that inconsistency is on a pretty small sample. He's been consistently very good in most games, but I feel like you can't ignore the elephant in the room, and that is the internal issues that the Pigeons have been having. You just can't ignore that. At this level, you need your team to all be on the same page. You all need to believe in each other. And when it seems like Ploods just doesn't believe in his teammates in the slightest. He might play a little worse. He might be trying to overcompensate for the chances that Transports or ohLuvv might give up. I think that if we're going off raw skill, Ploods is going to play better. But there's a likelihood that he underperforms tonight, and maybe tanks his trade value as we approach the trade deadline.
All right. Well, yeah. I'm going to have you pick somebody who's going to ball out this game or somebody who's going to fraud out this game. Pick one of each.
I'm probably gonna go with Ghostyferret. I mean, that's my little schnookums right there, right? We were teammates for a really long time. We're best buddies. It's really, I know I never wanted to leave his team, but circumstances caused it. And I think that he's going to do really well tonight. I know that it's possible to expose ohLuvv and ohLuvv as a line, how good they are. They still have their weak points as a unit. And I think Ferret's been putting in the time for the Earthquakes to really be able to put on a show tonight and take over and put the Earthquakes in that contender status that we all thought they'd be in at the beginning of the season.
Yeah. Chokington, any ball out or fraud out picks for tonight's game?
You know what? I'm gonna go on the on the opposite team, as the Earthquakes. I'm actually, TJ would call this glazing. I think ohLuvv's due for a good game. I really think he's due for a good game. I think he's going to play really well defensively, and I think he's going to be feeding ohLuvv, and I think ohLuvv is also going to be playing well. Fraud watch? I think
there's an obvious answer here, no?
Gotta go with TJF 101.
All right. Well, quickly. Oh, did you have anything to say about that?
No, that's it.
Well, quickly moving on to our second game of the night, the Earthquakes taking on the Sacramento Surge. We'll just get right into it. Vasilevsky, your team playing the Earthquakes, who are coming off a back-to-back. Let's say the Earthquakes win this game in a dominant fashion. How are you gonna go into this game if the Earthquakes look good tonight?
I mean, we gotta play how we can play. We gotta play how I know we're capable of playing, and obviously, this hasn't been announced yet, but Gorius has suffered some injuries getting to tonight's game, so he will not be present for the Sacramento Surge. But I do have faith in Mike's to step up. I have faith in the guys on the bench to step up when they need to. And you know what? I think Ghostyferret's scared of me. Plain and simple.
Okay. Well, big loss for the Surge, but seems to be high hopes. Youppi, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I'm looking at the guy on the other end of this desk here, and I really think he's going to get exposed tonight. This guy has always played with top defensemen on his team every season. Pick Gorius in the first round of the season to kind of keep up that trend, protect him from players on Ghostyferret's caliber, make his job look easier, and make him look better. But, without somebody like Gorius, you have to think, who's moving up in that lineup that's going to take his spot? There really isn't anybody that can even come close to Gorius in terms of his raw talent defensively. And then that leaves another gap on the second line. Their second line is going to get absolutely toasted. Not talking about the goalie.
Toasted,
yeah, they're going to get smoked. I just can't see a way that the Surge come out of this with a victory. Maybe I'll eat my words, but I'm looking at this lineup. I can't really talk. I lost to the Surge, but I also can't lie. Gorius was a huge part of that. And I look at the Earthquake, and Ghostyferret is probably salivating at the idea of playing against a team with no Gorius. I mean, it is easy to make that guy salivate, but nonetheless, I think he's going to be really excited to play tonight. And, he wants to prove himself, put some points on the board, and kind of get himself back into that upper echelon of the BHL when it comes to stars.
All right. Well, our final game of tonight, the Malibu Marshmallow taking on the New York Bagels. I'll just follow it up with Youppi. What do you think of this Marshmallow team so far this season? Obviously, they've had some pretty close games against contenders. Is there any doubt that you're going to win this game?
No. We've been playing our game recently. We're really focused on ourselves. We're not focused on our opponents. And we just, if you just look at the results that the Marshmallow have had, I mean, it speaks for itself. A loss to the Popcorn not too long ago. They've been mixing up their lines, which feels like every single game. The team doesn't really know what their identity is yet, and we do. Obviously, I could end up eating my own words here, but I'm really confident that I won't. They have good players. They have very good individuals on that team. Obviously, we're looking at their goaltender, who they haven't really figured out what to do back there. And defensively, they really banked on offense. So if we can just kind of beat their offense, and make sure that their offense isn't a good defense, there's really nothing behind that to stop us from just putting up a bunch of goals tonight.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of inconsistency from their lines and from their players, just performance-wise. Chokington, do you have any argument for the Marshmallows here?
Nah, I mean, I love them. Don't get me wrong. Probably the most lovable team in the league. I don't see a world, maybe not this world, but maybe some other foreign world in another multiverse in another universe, I think they can squeak out a win. I think it's going to be a Bagels masterclass tonight.
I mean, Luke, we have Luke behind the camera. Does he have any closing words to defend his team here?
Be gentle on us.
No,
All
sorry. Carl tells us to not hold back, so we don't
It's
plan
okay,
on it.
Luke. All right. Well, that'll conclude it for this segment of the desk, as we will be getting the Winter Classic underway in a short 4 minutes. Make sure to stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys later. All right, and we're back. Welcome back to Los Angeles. And we're bringing you the second of 2 Winter Classics this season between the Paris Pigeons and the LA Earthquakes. I am joined here by my color commentator, Luke.
Hello, hello. Thank you for having me once again.
The team manager for the Malibu Marshmallows. I am Damoni, manager of the Ohio Otters, and your caster for tonight. Should have an entertaining game tonight. 2 more coming on after this, but this one especially just between 2 teams who've really faced a lot of animosity this season. The Pigeons more recently with Bloods quitting mid-game in the most recent Paris Pigeons game, where they lost 4-0 to the consensus worst team in the Nebraska Popcorn. Luke, any thoughts on that before we get underway here?
Not many. You know, it was just such a disappointing performance from Paris all around. Just no upsides there if you're a Pigeons fan. It was, like I said, probably the worst performance we've seen from a high-caliber team in quite a long time.
Yeah, very ironic that the Popcorn, coming off a 14-1 loss to the Bagels, come away with a dominant win against a team of a similar caliber that actually beat the Bagels. Anyways, the game is underway here. Ghostyferret brings it into the corner, transports, getting it out. Him and ohLuvv on the first line. TJF takes a shot. Plud's able to glove it. I believe that was headed for the post, but sharp reflexes there by Pluds. Here's TJF trying to keep it in the Pigeon zone. He can't hold ohLuvv. ohLuvv gathering steam, but it's pinged to the slot and easily turned aside by Nixes. Ghostyferret the other way with it. ohLuvv pressuring him on the back check. Ghostyferret able to get it into the zone. Transports will receive it. Pass up for ohLuvv, unsuccessful. Ghostyferret can't hold him in the neutral zone. Able to catch up to him, though. Dangerous chance there for ohLuvv, but Ghostyferret, good defensive ability there. He'll get a shot on Pluds. That's turned away. ohLuvv goes the other way with it. Ghostyferret pulling it back on him. 2-on-1 here for the Earthquake. Ghostyferret for Konechny. Transports gets to it first, and he'll clear. Quake TFA already on the ice, both second lines. As Transports almost takes a shot, Quake TFA able to swat it away for the Earthquakes. Quake making his first appearance for the Earthquakes in about a week and a half, as he only played one game for them after getting traded there from the Nebraska Popcorn. Quake and Konechny both part of that deal.
Kind of interesting rumors coming out in LA about the future of Quake's starting spot.
Yeah, I mean, we've heard rumors that Vaculent Beef is playing his way into the roster. We'll see if that has any merit, as the trade deadline is this Sunday. Here's ohLuvv coming away with it. Quake TFA catches up on the back check. ohLuvv getting away with it in the corner, but Konechny swatting it out of the zone. It's back for Quake. He'll take it along the near boards, gets past both. Quake TFA is in! Saved by Pluds. He looked like he had room to shoot, but it was just right into the Pluds. Nothing he could do there. ohLuvv behind his own net. 2:34 to go. ohLuvv pass up for ohLuvv. Pigeons have finally changed their lines around after ohLuvv and ohLuvv. Obviously a great first line, but they haven't been performing up to expectation, Luke.
Yeah, I mean, it was basically all just banking on ohLuvv. If he balled out, then they would win a game. If not, then they were screwed beyond that. There was nothing that they were doing that could not be easily readable and just shut down.
Here's Ghostyferret with it. Has it the point, a drive off the post. TJF collects the loose rebound. Transport's able to wrestle it away from him, and he'll get it out of the zone. Transport's chasing it down in the neutral zone. Gets it past Ghostyferret, but he reads it well. Ferret up the boards, has room, but it's taken away by Transports. He did not look even close to that puck, but he somehow manages to get the ping off. Here they are in the neutral zone now. TJF coming away with it. Into the corner. ohLuvv getting it away from TJF. Ghostyferret defending against him well. TJ playing forward, it seems. Normally known as a very defensive-minded defenseman. He's just letting Ghostyferret do his thing. Ferret trying to get around ohLuvv. He will. Ferret has Tiger Lover to beat. Can't do it. Konechny back on defense to prevent Tiger Lover's chance. And ohLuvv will have an opportunity here. Taken away by Quake TFA. Quake getting it out of the Earthquake zone. 49 seconds on the clock here. Still scoreless, but LA has registered 4 shots to Paris' 0. In front for Konechny, but he's not there. ohLuvv gets to it first. Along the boards now. ohLuvv getting it free. Has Quake to beat. And he will. ohLuvv to the slot. Nixie stepped in the way of that, and Konechny will swat that one away. ohLuvv now. Willing his way into the Earthquake zone. It's stripped by Quake TFA. He'll pass it up for Konechny. Konechny now to the point. Quake TFA, a blast! Off the post again. The Earthquakes have hit 3 posts so far in this period, as Konechny will kill it behind his own net. And we're scoreless, even though LA has registered 5 shots to 0 in their favor. They can't find a way to solve Ploods. Luke, what were your thoughts on that period?
My thoughts, pretty simple. Looks like Paris is still struggling. They have not figured out their issues. Their line swap of transports onto the first line and ohLuvv onto the second line not working out in their favor yet. Maybe they just need a little bit of time to build that chemistry up. But as things are going right now, it is not looking good if you're a Paris fan. And small correction, even though the jerseys might suggest otherwise, I believe we are actually in Paris for this game. So Paris is the home team. They should have this crowd on their back cheering them on. But as of this current moment, it is not going too well. It is a cold day here in Paris. You know, we have to see if maybe our doggy can just warm up a little bit. But as of the current moment, Ghostyferret and TJF are all over him, and Quake, TFA, and Konechny are all over ohLuvv.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll bring it between the benches for our intermission analysis with Vasilevsky and Youppi. We'll start with Youppi. What were your thoughts on how the Paris Pigeons played in this game? I mean, not registering any shots is pretty telling. Or I suppose we'll go to Chokington.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
Oh, Youppi's got it.
I'm here. Sorry. They've been really playing on the back foot this period. I would say that a lot of the success this game from the Earthquake has been more caused by them rather than the Pigeons playing necessarily worse than usual. They're trying out new lines, so obviously there's going to be an adjustment period. But they were just throwing shots towards the goal. Quake had a very good period and was really taking advantage of what looks like kind of a not so stable second line for the Pigeons so far. And obviously, like I said, Ferret has been really experimenting with just kind of throwing the puck on the net more with P3s, and it's been working so far. He's been getting some good chances and opening up the ice for himself because of those shot chances. Choke, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think LA is playing pretty well, and I do agree with you. I don't think it's necessarily Paris playing bad, but I think LA is just playing really good. And cut Paris some slack. I think 3 of those were like off the post or going wide. So we'll say 2-0 shots. I mean, still Paris, they had a few chances on that second line. ohLuvv just couldn't really take advantage of it. I'd like to see them do a little bit more. I'd like to see our doggy play a little bit better than he currently is. And I think if our doggy's playing a little bit better, I think they have a chance in this one.
All right. Well, the second period about to get underway. We'll see if our doggy can save this Paris Pigeons team. Ploods already has been. But face-off underway, our doggy wins it back. Has possession, brings it into the corner. Ghostyferret defending against that. Successfully, he gets past transports. Ghostyferret's loose, but saved by Ploods. TJF with it now, forechecking it into the corner. Out to the slot. Ploods gets to that one first, and he'll clear. Ghostyferret retrieving. Keeping the pressure on for the Earthquakes. TJF now has our doggy. Can't hold him, but our doggy whiffs on it. That allows TJF to catch up, and the Earthquakes will take possession. TJF now down the boards. Our doggy can't get it loose. TJF to the slot. I believe that was pinged into Ploods by his own player, our doggy. But obviously Ploods was there to prevent it from going into the net. Transports back for our doggy. Doesn't have the shot. Taken away by Ghostyferret, who struggles to get it out of the corner. Our doggy chasing him down. Ghostyferret not electing to pass. That's his play style. He's as he's one of the best players in the league. Here's TJF in the corner with it for the Earthquakes. Back out to Ghostyferret. He'll ping it in, but bad play there as Transports gets it. He'll just dump it to nobody. Ghostyferret one-on-one with him. Beats him to the boards, but can't get a shot away. He does! It's in! Ghostyferret from an impossible angle puts the Earthquakes up 1-0.
And that, from Ghostyferret, is kind of what you want to see. Ghostyferret's a player that's all over the ice, both offensively and defensively. So, great job just constantly keeping the forecheck up. It's kind of splitting the defense almost between Transports and whoever it was that went for a change, our doggy taking a really weird route to get off the ice there, leaving ohLuvv a little bit out to dry. But that is between all three players on the Paris Pigeons, making it 1-0 early on in the second period.
Yeah, I mean, Transport's not really succeeding on this first line. I'm not sure if they'll switch it up mid-game or not. But face-off underway. Here's Konechny bringing it in. On the second line for the Earthquakes. Almost gets a shot off right away. But it hits the outside of the net. TigerLuvv along the boards. Getting past Konechny. Into the corner with it. But Konechny coming away with it almost immediately. As TigerLuvv loses that puck. Quake TFA past ohLuvv. Gets a shot away. It's saved by Ploods. Into the corner now. ohLuvv bringing it out of the zone. Quake TFA pulling it back on him. But TigerLuvv was there to read that chance. ohLuvv with it now. They'll fight forward in the neutral zone. As here's Konechny. Konechny bringing it in. Stopped by TigerLuvv at the blue line. And he springs Quake. Or excuse me, it was forced back into the Earthquake zone. I was thrown off by the camera angle, but here's Quake TFA up for Konechny. ohLuvv brings it back into the Earthquake zone. The Pigeons will be offside, and ohLuvv is forced to tag up. He curves around quickly. Gets it through Konechny, but Quake TFA is there to make the defensive play. Konechny from central ice. It's saved by Ploods. He'll play it. Out to the boards now. ohLuvv taking that puck. Almost gets past Quake TFA. Big hit on the boards there, no call. Quake TFA. Back to the neutral zone. Konechny hitting it in. For TigerLuvv, though, as ohLuvv takes a shot. That's batted down by Konechny. Both first lines will change on. Ghostyferret now. Fighting off our doggy's forecheck. Faking the pass. Getting around our doggy. Our doggy still chasing him down, but Ghostyferret loses it to Transports. And that'll be forced all the way into the Earthquake zone. Our doggy with possession now, trying the short side. Nothing there. As Ghostyferret gets it free. Ghostyferret down the boards with it. Transports holding him at the blue line. Brings our doggy. Ghostyferret in the zone. Paris still yet to register a shot. And another interesting thing, we have not seen a stoppage this period. Luke, what are you seeing? Oh, yeah, besides the goal. Luke, what are you seeing from this Pigeons offense that's really preventing them from getting a shot? Is it more their offense or the Earthquakes defense?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think that looks like the Earthquakes have been doing their film reviews. They kind of know the style that the Paris Pigeons want to play, and they are just not letting them play it. They're doing a great job at just shutting them down all over the ice. There's not been a single good chance that I can remember off the top of my head that the Paris Pigeons have had all game. The best chance they had was a shot from ohLuvv, but that was like way behind the red line. No way that's going in the net.
Yeah, I mean, a Pigeons team that, you know, has been limited on offense all season is looking just increasingly more challenged. As I say that, our doggy gets a blast that's narrowly grabbed by Nixie's. Great chance there for the Pigeons, but Nixie's making sure to keep his team on top. As Ghostyferret will take it behind his own net to close out the period. 1-0 after 2. Shots are 8-1 in favor of LA. This Pigeons crowd really not liking their performance. Something has to be done, Luke.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really blame them. Your team comes out after an embarrassing loss to one of the worst teams in the leagues, and you expect them to kind of have a bounce-back game, you know, practice a little bit, mix things up, and they come out, they mix things up, but it has not looked good. It just seems like no matter what they are doing right now, nothing has worked out in their favor. You can only wonder what left is there to change. I see Marvin Harrison Jr. on the bench now for the Paris Pigeons. You're kind of wondering if, okay, are they going to start giving their depth a look? Just maybe switch something. There's this like missing key, but as of right now, the Earthquake completely have their number.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll send it between the benches with Vasilevsky and Youppi. I'm curious what Vasilevsky thinks as a player who is mostly on defensive teams. What do the Pigeons need to do here to get something going?
I mean, they need a spark of life. They need anything to get this team going right now. They all just look like they're going through the motions right now. And they need somebody to step up and just start taking initiative. They need somebody to make a play. And I think they need somebody to step into that role. And if there's any time to step into that kind of role, it's right now with this game. Going into week 4, we're in the middle of week 4 right now. Going into week 5, we're running out of time. You know, you're a Paris Pigeons fan, you're running out of time on the season. And you need something. You need some sort of spark for the remainder of the season.
All right. Youppi, is there any hope for this Pigeons team?
Yeah, but it definitely comes off the back that it's gonna have to come off the back of their star players getting less predictable. I know you made the booth reference the fact that it looks like the Earthquake have been doing their VOD reviews on the Pigeons. They probably haven't. You don't need to. Our doggy's been doing the same things since game day 1. The same shot choices. They've been making the same plays. You don't need to review them. Just show up to the games, watch them play a little bit, and you have their entire playbook. They don't have any, their bag is not deep. You know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know what our doggy's going to do. He's going to come out of the corner, go up to the half wall, try to shoot it at the goal. Just let him run up there, ping the puck away from him, and you have a 2-on-1. He does it every single time. It's getting repetitive. It's getting boring. You want somebody that's good as our doggy to switch it up. Maybe cut a little bit earlier. Maybe carry it out a little earlier. Don't shoot and then pass it. Do something differently. This is getting boring. It's just upsetting to watch a team that has this much talent play this bad.
All right. Well, the third period getting underway. Luke, who do you have taking this one? What is your final score prediction?
Final score prediction is going to be 3-1 for the LA Earthquake. They're going to get another one fairly fast, but at the end of the day, I think that we're not going to see much from the Earthquake, or excuse me, the Pigeons.
All right. Well, here's Ghostyferret with a blast off the post. So troubles with the ref there, as there was an FOV to be called, but the whistle was not working. Here's Transports trying to spring our doggy. Can we get up to center ice, please?
Okay, well, the game is
okay.
plugging, bro.
Okay.
I'm trying. Bro, you have to
All right,
reload.
well, no worries. Ghostyferret bringing it down the ice. Has Transports on the boards. Nothing there. He's pressured by our doggy in his own zone. Ghostyferret behind the net. Our doggy taking advantage of Ghostyferret taking his time. Able to pressure him behind the net. Our doggy really trying to get it out of the corner. Pulls it back on him. Our doggy, no pressure on him. Takes the shot, and Nikes makes an incredible grab. He'll drop it though. It's in. Nikes saves the Earthquakes. Puts the Pigeons on the board at the same time. A terrible mistake after an incredible save. And the Pigeons have tied it.
I don't know what to say about that one, really. Looks like accidentally just pops out of his glove. Everyone just kind of staring at it on the goal line for a second. I think even our doggy was a little bit shocked that that one squeaked out. As Nikes looked like he had full possession of it for at least a solid second there. Really not sure what just happened, but however it is, that's extremely unfortunate for the Earthquake, who have played a great game, yet they're tied now.
All right, well, an unfortunate series of events for the Earthquakes. We'll see if they can bring it back here as Ghostyferret gets away from our doggy, has the P3 loaded up, but unable to take the shot. I believe he whiffed on his initial try. Ghostyferret will still have it, though. Beat by ohLuvv in the neutral zone. ohLuvv forcing him back. Ghostyferret still with possession, has not let go of this puck ever since that goal was scored. And ohLuvv from the half wall puts the Pigeons up 2-1.
Looking back at the replay here, Ghostyferret just making a little bit of a blunder, giving ohLuvv a chance to get a quick shot off along that half wall, just like we were talking about a second ago. That's really where both of these goals came from, even though the first one was obviously a blunder inside of the crease. That's where the first shot originated from that was going in regardless. The Earthquake coming out extremely flat-footed, giving up multiple shots and multiple goals early on here in the third period. The Paris Pigeons are leading the game now after being completely dominated for the first 2 periods of this game.
A couple clutch goals. Obviously, the first one not really meant to happen, but ohLuvv, an incredible shot from the outside, just puts him on the board. And here's TigerLuvv trying to make something happen. The Earthquake's unraveling here. We may have seen a glimpse of that poor morale, or we may see him bring it back. Obviously, they have been dominant all game. We'll see if they can continue this streak. TigerLuvv out for ohLuvv. Konechny pulling it back, looking for room, doesn't get it. ohLuvv forcing him to the boards. ohLuvv crouch walking all the way out to the neutral zone. Gets it back into the Pigeon zone. Konechny out for Quake. ohLuvv swatting that chance away. He'll have more. ohLuvv curving to the middle. Takes the shot. Konechny blocks it. TigerLuvv will dump one in. Nixie's able to clear that out to the blue line. Quake TFA defending against ohLuvv. 2:13 to go in the third. Quake TFA bringing it out. The Paris Pigeons have registered 4 straight shots. Luke, have they been doing something right, or are the Earthquakes starting to come apart here?
I mean, that first goal was so unlucky from the Earthquakes. I mean, your goalie dropping it right in the crease. It's hard to say that that's necessarily Paris playing right, but that second goal, that is their game. That is what they want to do. I think this is an awful spot for the Earthquake to be in. They only have 8 shots on goal. That's not bad, but it's not a whole lot. And obviously, they're playing not their peak right now. It might be hard for LA to bring this one back. We're going to have to see Ghostyferret pop off here, I think, if they want to win.
Yeah, obviously, 8 shots, some pretty light work for Pluds. As ohDoggy gets free, he takes a shot. It's saved by Nixie's. Drops it behind his own net. Ghostyferret struggling to find it at first. Gets it on his stick. Gets past ohDoggy. Ghostyferret has room. Stopped by Transports. ohDoggy the other way. Whiffs on it at the blue line. Over for Transports. Catches the pass, but it's out to Ghostyferret. Ghostyferret. Not looking to dish it to TJF. Open at the point. That results in a turnover, but not for long as it's paying back to Transports. ohDoggy. ISO'd with TJF. TJF getting it free. Into his own zone now. ohDoggy's pressure proves to be too much for him. ohDoggy along the boards. Transports. Getting it out. Past Ghostyferret. 2-on-1 developing, but TJF coming in to stop that chance. Ghostyferret takes a shot, and Pluds with the save. Keeps the Pigeons on top. Ghostyferret looking for something in the last minute of this game. ohDoggy desperately trying to defend against him. Ghostyferret keeping it in the Pigeon zone. And that puck is sent out of play. 45 seconds to go. If you're the Earthquakes, do you pull here?
I think you have to. You've held them fairly low on shots for most of the game. And not only are you playing to win this game, obviously, but the Earthquakes are still not necessarily cleared into the playoffs. There's a lot of things that could happen in the meantime. So this is a huge win. Excuse me. This is a huge win for the Earthquakes if they can grab it. And we'll just see what happens.
Earthquakes even less so in the playoffs than the Pigeons, who sit at 4th in the standings, I believe, despite their troubles recently. Obviously, not the turn of events you've expected so far. The Pigeons really that drop by Nixie's, you're gonna be losing some sleep about that one if that ends up being the decider in this game. Anyways, final 30 seconds here. Shortly, ohLuvv getting it up the ice. Ghostyferret has to do something here. Takes it to the far boards. Has Konechny on his wing. Doesn't use him. ohLuvv gets the other way. And that's out of play again. 24 seconds to go.
Looks like they're electing not to pull here. Yeah, this is how the Earthquake choose to go out if they lose.
I'm personally a fan of pulling. I mean, I think you're likely to let up a goal, but you're also more likely to score one if you practice these 3-on-2 scenarios. But here's Ghostyferret. 15 seconds to go. ohLuvv gets away with it, but Ghostyferret pings it back to his goalie. This will be the final drive for the Earthquakes. 10 seconds to go. Ghostyferret unable to get through. Konechny trying to P3 it up the ice. It's no good. ohLuvv will kill it in the corner. And the Paris Pigeons have won this game. They are back on top.
That is just such an unfortunate game from the LA Earthquakes. They had everything going for them and completely choked it away within a matter of basically 45 seconds. I don't know exactly how long the goals were apart from each other, but obviously that's coming off of a huge mistake from your goalie. And then ohLuvv, earlier on in on the desk, we said that ohLuvv's due for a good game, and he didn't necessarily have a good game, but he got the game-winning goal, which I'm sure is all he cares about right now. So that makes it 2-1 for the Paris Pigeons, and that's a huge, huge, huge blow to Los Angeles and potentially their playoff chances. This could be a game that decides if they make it to the postseason or not. They're about to take on the Surge, who are down. But I gotta imagine that their mental is not good right now. I have to imagine that TJF and Ghostyferret are trying to rally the troops. But I think, if anything, your goalie is not feeling the best.
Yeah, we saw that in the third period. The Paris Pigeons leading the shot diff 6-1. So just a tragic turn of events. Obviously, the morale being down because of this poor third period by the Earthquakes. You just have to reset here. Obviously, you played a dominant first two periods. They played well. They can replicate those first two periods. It's not like they can't. But it's the poor mental may show here in the second game against the Surge. But we'll see as we head to break. Our second game starting at 7:45 Eastern, so in about 17 minutes. We will see you there. I believe this is in Sacramento. Yes, we'll see you in Sacramento for our second game of the night. Stay tuned.
Alright, everybody. I am Luke, signing off for the night. We're switching over to a different streamer, so you might have just a moment of downtime. Have a good night, guys.
Mic check. Hello. This is like the normal distance it is away from my face. So
Yeah, let's why don't we just bring it back? We could just bring it back right now. 5 minutes till game time.
should we? I mean, I'm down. Let me get to Sacramento really quick. Take a drink of water. Arena sac. God, awful abbreviation, by the way. Motherfucking sack.
Okay, Demoni, we're live.
Okay, we're live.
Yeah, we're live because I had to test my Discord.
All right. Welcome back to. You're sure we're live?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Welcome back to our second game of the night. The Sacramento Surge at home taking on the LA Earthquakes, who just came away from a tough loss against the Paris Pigeons. We do have ohLuvv here, who played for the Pigeons in that game and scored the game-winning goal. ohLuvv, walk us through what happened in that third period. What made you guys come alive?
Yeah, so basically, we looked at the shot counter, and that was really the driving factor of that third period. I guess dominance, you could say. I believe we outshot them like 6-0 or 6-1 or something. But we looked at the shot counter. We were down 1 goal, and I said, "Listen, we just need 1 goal to bring it back. And if we go to overtime, it is what it is. I'll just win an ISO or something." You know what I mean? But instead, I decided, I'm just going to end it in regulation. But really, it was just a shot counter that drove us. We had been being dominated the whole game. We just found a little spark in the third period.
Yeah, tough loss for the Earthquakes. On the mental side of the game, do you think the Earthquakes can pull this one back against a arguably weaker team in the Surge? Obviously, they are missing Goriest, so that is a tough loss for them. Goriest, their top defender, selected with the, I believe, 6th overall pick in the BHCL draft. Not what you want to see if you're the Surge. Definitely you don't want to be missing their top defender. How do you think the Earthquakes will rebound against a short-handed Surge team?
Yeah, I think it will be a good bounce-back game for them. I think we will see them win this one, in my opinion. With, missing Gorius. Gorius is a huge piece of this Sacramento team. Mostly because I don't think they have a lot of defense otherwise. Mike's is good. I don't know if he's here today. I've been hearing that he wasn't. But that first line is going to be a lot weaker than we've seen, all season. I don't think Gorius has missed a game. But I think
Mike's is here.
Yeah, Mike's is here. Okay, well that's good for the Surge, but still they're missing Gorius. I think that this will be a good game to kind of, for LA to play right after blowing a 1-0 lead in the third period against the Pigeons.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Surge, I believe they're 2-1 with Gasolines on the roster. They've picked up wins against the Marshmallows and Bagels, but they've also lost one to the Marshmallows, so... I mean, the win against the Bagels, though, that was impressive work, but it was mainly due to Goriest's defensive dominance. And both of the Surge goals, not to discredit them, they were some weird goals. Obviously, the first one, just... I think a mistake by Panaman. The second one was just... Or no, the first one was a weird bounce. The second one was just a weird mistake from Panaman that you don't see often. And just not the game you'd expect out of the Bagels, nor the Surge. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can prove themselves as a playoff team here against the LA Earthquakes, who, showed flashes of dominance against the Pigeons despite not being able to finish it out in the third period. ohLuvv, what do you think the biggest, skill diff is here in this matchup? Whether it's offense, defense, goaltending, team? What's the biggest advantage?
Yeah, I think the biggest advantage has to be and some people may think I'm wrong here, but Ghostyferret and Konechny on the Earthquakes, they are just way better players than I believe anybody on this Sacramento team. And Chokington is really going to have to put it, or Vasilevsky is really going to have to put his team on his back this game. I feel like.
Yeah, Vasilevsky had a rough first couple of games, to put it lightly. But I mean, ever since, he's been very solid for this Surge team. Basically guaranteed his team the victory despite the 2 weird goals against the Bagels. He is part of the reason they're 5-5. Obviously, the Surge's win against the Otters, one of the more impressive ones, despite the Otters missing Bagel Glazed. Surge managing to outshoot them, which I don't believe any team has managed to do all season. But Vasilevsky, a big reason the Surge are winning these games. And the loss of Gorius might not mean much if you have Vasilevsky in net.
Yeah, it's possible. Like, I've played with Vasilevsky for, majority of my career in the Blockey Hockey League. And Chokington has definitely stolen some games for our team when we were on the weaker, side of things, or didn't have a main piece to our roster. But he can definitely steal a game, especially off a team that, may be down in the dumps right now.
Yeah, I do agree, and we're experiencing some delay because there seems to not be a ref showing up to the game. That should be resolved pretty quickly, but I mean, overall, do you have a score prediction for this game?
I think it's either going to be a blowout or it is going to be close, and if it's close, Sacramento might come out of this one the winners.
Yeah, I'm a big Surge believer. I think they're gonna come out of this one 4-2. I think they win this one 4-2.
4-2. I think the Surge. Give me 1 second. Sorry.
Yep, all good. We do have the face-off getting underway here. I'll let ohLuvv get his score prediction in, but
yeah, I think we see Earthquakes potentially 5-1 or Sacramento like 1-0.
All right, some pretty broad predictions, both ending in Sacramento scoring 1 goal. Face-off underway, though. Ghostyferret taking it along the far boards, getting past Berto XD. He's in, drives the net, nothing there as Vasilevsky was holding that post. TJF denying the Surge any opportunities in the deep neutral zone. Ghostyferret taking it around Berto. Can't beat Mikes as he holds him at the blue line. TJF unable to hold Berto. Mikes keeps it in for the Surge. Lightly pressuring Ghostyferret. Plays it well. Gets it away in the corner, but Ghostyferret denying the shot there. Mikes 2x. Back for Berto XD. He'll keep the Earthquakes at bay, but Ghostyferret, rare pass to TJF 101 as he'll survey his options. He takes the shot. A long bomb gloved down by Vasilevsky. And you don't see TJF shoot many of those. Obviously a very defensive and, I guess, playmaking-minded defenseman, if you could call him that. Led the league in assists in BHL Season 20. As here's Konechny with a break. Gets a shot off. Vasilevsky barely able to shoulder that one away. As it looked like Konechny had some room on the short side. Drags it back on Gasolines. He has another chance. Gets around Vasilevsky, but he stones him in front. Great sliding save by Vasilevsky to keep this a scoreless game. And 2 great chances by Konechny. A penalty on Sacramento now as Gasolines gets a hit off. Or, no, rather a penalty on LA. Some confusion here, but we will see a penalty called.
I didn't really see that one, but what I did see is Chokington making 3 back-to-back-to-back saves on very, very good opportunities from the Earthquake.
Obviously, this is what you see from Chokington a lot. I mean, the goalie's skill gap. I have to mention this I have to just preface this. The goalie skill gap has never been closer, but Chokington, honestly, just having the advantage on some of these other goalies with his consistency and just his all-around greatness in every category. You can't really find a weakness with Chokington. Anyways, here's Arden B on the power play for Sacramento, getting around. Nikes denies him at the doorstep. Gasoline's with it now. He'll try the P3. Swatted away by Ghostyferret. Gasoline's pressuring Ghostyferret now. Arden B holds him at the line. He gets a shot off, tries to go far side. Nikes barely sliding in the way of that one. Although he slid the wrong way, still got in the way of the shot, and that will conclude the power play. Ghostyferret now. Puck is sent out of play.
Tucker,
what did you see from the power play?
Yeah, a couple good chances from the young star. Arden B took a big step up in the BHCL last season on the Houston Bandits. That's what you like to see from a young player like him, generating offense on that power play.
Yep, all right. Berto XD sends one back to Mike's. His blast is denied by Konechny. Pretty sure he was just trying to stretch past it up the ice for Berto. Anyways, behind his own net, out to Berto on the other side of the neutral zone. Berto getting in on the short end of the boards. Quake TFA able to pin him into the corner, though. Quake TFA dancing past Berto XD. Impressive moves there. Gets it to Konechny. Wide open for the goal! What a play by this Earthquake's second line to get them on the board. It's 1-0 LA. And they're back.
What a stellar play by Quake TFA, breaking that out of the zone, absolutely losing Berto XD.
Impressive
passing
moves
it
there.
across
Gets
the neutral zone to Konechny,
wide open,
who finds the back of the net
though.
pass. Vasilevsky just wasn't able to put the glove on that one.
Quake TFA dancing past Berto XD.
The chemistry really
Impressive
showing
moves there.
Quake and
Gets it to
Konechny,
Konechny, wide open.
Quite a bit of reps with
into
each
the
other.
corner, though.
Yeah, Quake TFA. Honestly,
Quake TFA dancing past Berto XD.
Not really
Impressive
fitting
moves
in on
there.
many teams,
Gets it
but
to
he is
Konechny, wide open.
definitely finding his game with Konechny here. He seems to be passing a lot more than he usually does. After being called a Walmart Ghostyferret, he seems to have fixed his play style and is being more selfless with the puck. As we see here, Konechny with another shot denied by Mike's, getting in front of that one. Mike's now pulling it back at the blue line. Has Berto XD center ice. Bad choice of a pass there, as Berto XD was not open. And Mike's did have some room. Quake TFA up the ice for Konechny. Almost beats Mike's, but Mike's tenacious on that pass coverage, able to get it out of the zone. Mike's in the corner with it. 1:23 to go here. Quake TFA freeing it now. Has Konechny at the point. They'll drop back and regroup in their own zone. Arden B pressuring on the forecheck. Quake TFA out for Ghostyferret. Gasolines denies that pass. Ghostyferret still pressured by Gasolines pretty well, but it's not enough as it's sent out of the Earthquake zone. Arden B trying to get something going. TJF, good forecheck, tries to get it to the middle, but he misses on the feed. It's out to Ghostyferret. From the boards, Ghostyferret cutting in. He's in. Saved by Vasilevsky. TJF out to the circle, but Ghostyferret's not there. Did not read the play. Arden B denying Ghostyferret. Gasolines has a chance. Batted away by TJF. Ghostyferret the other way. Arden B on him. Ghostyferret pulling it back, looking for the goal, but misses wide. Arden B up for Gasolines. Gets past Ghostyferret. Gasolines has no room as Ghostyferret catches up on the back check. 7 seconds to go here. Gasolines pulling it back. Looking for that final shot, and it does not look like he'll get it, as that'll conclude the first period. LA up 1-0 early off the incredible goal by Quake and Konechny. You have to credit both of them there. Incredible stick work and a pass by Quake, and great finish by Konechny.
Yeah, it's just,
Don't you think?
I'm still thinking of the goal, Damoni. It was beautiful. I've never seen Quake play like this. I'm going to be honest. That might be one of the greatest passes I have seen from him ever. I haven't watched a lot of Quake TFA gameplay, but that may have just made me a fan. Konechny, beautiful finish. LA just, after the goal, they seem to be slacking off a bit. Sacramento looked to be taking over in their zone and maintaining possession a little bit more, but it did find its way into Sacramento's zone once again at the tail end of the period there.
Yeah, I mean, Quake, shades of Akuzo there with the hands and the dime. Back when Akuzo played defenseman, obviously he's been flip-flopping back and forth ever since, but Akuzo used to be a pure defenseman focused on playmaking, and what a playmaker he was. Quake showing some impressive ability there to put LA on the board, but over to Sacramento, Vasilevsky has made some impressive saves so far.
Yeah, Choke, he's known for it. He's known for it. This is why he is considered the greatest goaltender in Blockey hockey history. I think probably 4 out of 5 of these shots he's faced have been high danger, and he's only let in 1. So he's doing very well. For his team's sake, I hope that he can continue the performance through the next 2 periods. And maybe they get lucky and they find one, maybe push it to overtime, because every point counts in this playoff race. I said it might be a blowout, but it's shaping up to look like a very, very tight game.
Yeah, obviously can't blame Chokington for that goal. As we said, incredible play by the Earthquakes. Just poor pass coverage by the Surge too, though. As Berto XD got beat at first, but Quake not really known for swinging the rock a whole lot. I don't blame whoever it was on defense. I believe it was Mike's defending against Quake after Berto got beat by him. I don't blame Mike's for playing the shot there. Just an incredible play by Quake, and he needs to do that more if his game sense has improved a lot on the Earthquakes.
Yeah, 100%. I think it may have to do with Ghostyferret. He is one of those players that can make his teammates better.
Yeah, I agree. Quake TFA, models his play style after Ghostyferret, but who better to learn than the man himself, as TJF gets a pass early out to Ghostyferret, unable to get it as the second period gets underway here. We'll see a penalty from Sacramento. Pretty bad hit there in the neutral zone.
Able to get it as the second period gets underway here.
I'm not even sure what the penalty
from
was.
Sacramento.
Maybe I didn't catch it in time on the
Pretty
replay,
bad, Ferret. Unable to get it as the second period gets underway
definitely
here.
hit him off the puck.
Berto XD, I believe one of the only players who's been around since, I think, Season 1 of BHL. If I'm not mistaken. Here's Ghostyferret on the power play, trying to get around Vasilevsky. He can't. Good positioning there. As Mike's will clear. TJF over for Ghostyferret in the middle of the ice. Mike's doing a good job of preventing any chances. Ghostyferret regrouping in his own zone. 10 seconds. Ghostyferret has TJF wide open. TJ gets the shot off, but it right into the chest of Vasilevsky. Can't blame TJ. Not known for his finishing ability. Ghostyferret is, though, as he gets past Berto XD, and he goes far side. Ghostyferret is ice cold with it, and it's 2-0.
Actually,
Incredible
a great
shot.
a great heads-up play. Not many will notice this, but
Ghostyferret
as the penalty ends,
Ghostyferret,
instead of just bringing up the boards, cuts to the middle of the ice, avoids Berto XD, who is just stepping out of the box, ready to play defense.
Ghostyferret is,
slides the puck right under him and right under Vasilevsky as well to pot his first of the night and the second of the game for the Earthquakes.
Not known for his finishing ability. Ghostyferret is, though,
honestly,
as he gets past Berto XD into the chest
in that game against the Pigeons, not really giving that first line many opportunities. TJF honestly hasn't played terrible, not had the offensive impact that you want, but no complaints for the Earthquakes here as they lead 2-0. Here's TJF Getting it to the middle for Ghostyferret. Looking for his second. He'll go in the same spot he scored just 10 seconds ago. And Ghostyferret's on the board again for the Earthquakes' third of the night.
Ghostyferret is on fire right now.
Here's TJF.
TJF
getting into the middle for Ghostyferret. Looking for a second. He'll go.
Ferret stepping up on the puck.
Lead.
Just inside the blue line. And like you said, Demoni shooting
TJF.
it right where
getting
he
into
just
the middle
did.
for Ghostyferret. Looking for a second. He'll go. Earthquakes here as they lead.
It will be 3-0 Earthquakes. A minute into this second period.
Here's TJF. Getting it to the middle for Ghostyferret. Looking for a second. He'll go. Earthquakes here as they.
A very good pass and a very good finish from Ghostyferret. LA is clicking on all cylinders tonight. Birdo XD looking to get something going for the Surge, denied by TJF at the red line. Pass from Gasolines is unsuccessful as Ghostyferret taking it past Birdo XD. Working to the outside. What a shot and what a goal. Ghostyferret has 3 in just 30 seconds. Incredible finish from Ghostyferret.
I can't believe it.
He is hungry.
He has kicked it up a notch.
Working to the outside. What a shot and what a goal. Ghostyferret.
Pass
from Gasolines is
it's very impressive. Very impressive from any Blockey Hockey player. A great
working to the outside.
What
a shot and what a goal. Ghostyferret.
And he finds the tightest angle to put that puck right by him.
Ghostyferret taking it past Birdo XD. Working to the outside. What a shot and what a goal.
Had some struggles this season, but he is him. We're seeing scrim Ghostyferret tonight. Arden B off the face-off. Beats Konechny, but Quake TFA holding him at the line. Arden looking for more chances, but Konechny stops him at the top of the circle. Puck is sent out of play by Arden, and it will be an offensive zone face-off for the Surge.
You know, I remember saying in the second period, it's shaping up to be a tight game. Well, I think this one might be out of reach for Sacramento if the game continues on like this.
Yeah, well, LA's mental seems to be in shape after that tough loss to the Pigeons. And it's going to be pretty hard to blow this lead. They'll just make sure to not... They'll have to make sure not to have a third period like they had against Paris so recently. Here's Konechny! There's 5! As Konechny puts it far side on Vasilevsky. The Earthquakes have scored in that spot 3 times this period.
Every goalie has their weakness. I have never seen this from Vasilevsky.
Against Paris.
Konechny,
so recently.
Here's Konechny. To the middle of the ice, and he drives right in on
There's
goal.
5.
Putting his second of the night
not to have a third
past
period
Chokington.
Like
putting his team up by 5 goals.
Paris. So recently. Here's Konechny.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. The goals
5.
are putting in so
They'll
fast.
Have to make sure not
that,
to have
you know,
a
you can't even do any analysis.
Like they had against Paris.
Yeah, obviously.
So recently,
I mean,
here's
you
Konechny.
can't put the entirety of the blame on Chokington. He is being let down defensively.
100%.
The Earthquakes are just outskilling this Sacramento Surge team. Here's Konechny. Looking for the hat trick. Arden B will deny him for now. Still time in this game to come back for the Surge. We've seen not bigger comebacks, but we've seen comebacks of this magnitude in less time as Birdo XD registers a shot that hits the pads of Nixes as he's holding the post. Konechny along the boards. Looking for more, gets past Arden B, saved by Chokington. It's out to the blue line. Quick TFA pulls it back, has a P3. Arden B blocks the shot, and he'll change for Gasolines. It looks like Mike's has gone down the tunnel with some sort of injury. Birdo XD getting past Konechny, and he'll score. There's one for the Surge. They're on the board. We could see an unprecedented comeback here. Not likely still, but just good finish from Birdo XD.
Has gone down the tunnel with some sort of injury.
Yeah,
Birdo XD
Demoni,
getting past Konechny.
Birdo XD breaks the shutout, finding
it looks
a
like
lane
Mike's
to get that puck pass.
Has gone down the tunnel with some sort of injury. Birdo XD getting past Konechny, he'll score.
This game is still looking out of reach. Great finish by Birdo XD.
It looks like Mike's
Yeah,
has
Nixie's
gone
not
down
having
the
the
tunnel with
sharpest
some sort of
performance
injury.
tonight. Obviously,
Berto XD
dropping
getting
a
past
.500
Konechny, he'll
save
score.
percentage against the Pigeons.
Change for gasoline.
Granted,
It looks
one
like
of those
Mike's
was a horrific mistake.
has gone down the tunnel with some
but,
sort of injury.
You know, could the
Berto
Surge
XD
take advantage
getting
of
past
this if they just
Konechny,
get more
he'll
shots on
score.
net?
Change for gas.
Here's Gasolines. Behind his own net. Ghostyferret pressuring that. On the weak side of the puck, curves around 2 defenders, hits the post. Looking for that far side again. Ghostyferret. He'll try it again, and he succeeds. He has 4. Ghostyferret walking circles around the Surge defense. And it's 6-1 in favor of LA.
My manager's not going to be happy with me on that one. I forgot to change back to the mainstream, but Ghostyferret finds his 4th of the night.
Well, if you were unaware of where the stream was, we're back now. The Earthquakes are absolutely blowing out the Sacramento Surge right now. Score is 6-1. Here's Ghostyferret to the middle for TJF. He's not there. Arden B collects that puck. Can't advance it up the ice. Denied by TJF. Arden B up for Gasolines. Pass unsuccessful. Ghostyferret getting around Gasolines for TJF in the slot. Vasilevsky, an incredible glove to prevent TJF from scoring. TJF, not a scorer. Only had 2 goals last season, despite his 12 points. Or 14 points, more, rather.
Playmaker of the year, TJF 101, taking a fantastic shot there, though.
TJF definitely having a great game, despite, no goals. You see that a lot from him. Pretty much everywhere except the scoring department. Here's Ghostyferret in his own corner, pressured by Arden B. He'll get around, almost able to curve it around Nikesies. Ghostyferret coming away with it in his own zone. Getting around Arden B. Arden able to find that puck for the ping. Prevents the chance from Ghostyferret. Arden. Passes out for Berto XD. Ghostyferret gets to it first, though. Ferret looking to the middle for TJF. He'll whiff on the one-timer. On the doorstep. Gasolines coming away with it now. TJF catching up on the back check. Vasilevsky taunting TJF in chat. Obviously, those two great friends, but, not on the ice. No friends in the game. TJF back for Konechny. He'll get a change. Second line's coming on now for the Earthquakes. Konechny up the boards, trying to get past Gasolines. He can't. 26 seconds to go in the second period. Konechny looking for room in front of the net. Gasolines takes it away. 2-on-1 developing. Quake TFA prevents it. Plays the man on Gasolines. And succeeds. P3 out of the zone. Arden B will quickly send it back in. Gasolines looking for a chance. They won't get it. The second period has concluded 6-1. After the second period, a bloodbath. Heavily in favor of the Earthquakes. ohLuvv, I want to ask if you think the Surge can get back into this game. I think I know what the answer is going to be. But, what if the Surge done wrong this period?
Damoni, my answer would be absolutely not. It's not, what have they done wrong? They've left their goaltender out to dry. I've seen maybe at least 4 goals where Chokington it's just like he's left in a 1-on-1 with the skater, and 2 players are just oblivious to where the puck is.
Yeah.
It's a tough situation. It's a very hard.
Me, this is getting a little boring.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. It is 6-1. you can't leave your goaltender out to dry. It's not good for, their mental, as well as, when a goal is scored, it's tough, right? Especially when you're already down by 3, 4, 5 goals. So it's just the Surge are just playing horrifically right now, in my opinion.
I mean, what can you do without Goriest and without Mike's too? They are missing him. Obviously, Gasolines, Arden, Berto. Not the greatest personnel to run a 3-man against this LA team who, did underperform early in the season. Obviously not where they want to be in the standings, but, the skill is there, and it's on display tonight.
Yeah, I unsure what Mike's has come down with. I'm hearing it might be an ACL tear, which heals very quickly in the Blockey Hockey League.
Yep.
But definitely not something you want to play through. I don't even think it is possible to play through it.
Oh yeah, no. So Mike's is going to be sidelined for the rest of this game. I'm curious to see. Actually, I'm not curious about anything. The Earthquakes have already practically won this one. But I mean, what margin do you think the Earthquakes are going to win by? I should ask.
Maybe they add 1 or 2 more. 1 or 2.
Yeah, they did start to slow down towards the end of the period.
Yeah, but surely this Sacramento team just says, okay, we need to play for the goal differential, which is crucial in making playoffs most of the time. And they just tighten up defensively.
Obviously, eating my words being a Sacramento believer before this game. The Earthquakes have certainly proven me wrong. Here's Ghostyferret off the face-off. Up the boards for Gasolines. Gasolines defending against him. Ghostyferret bringing it into the Surge zone. Trying to get around Gasolines. No angle there for him. TJF bringing it back to regroup. Pressured by Gasolines, though. Gasolines getting away from Ghostyferret. Has the shot. Saved by Nixes. Ghostyferret advancing up the ice now. Arden B pings one back. TJF's pass out to Ghostyferret. That has to be a penalty. No call by Dripsky. He'll let him play on. Obviously, a 6-1 game. Really no need to call that. Berto XD advancing past Ghostyferret. Puck is back out to Arden B. The Surge, honestly not playing terrible to start this period. Could be the Earthquakes just letting off the gas a little. Here's Berto XD pulling it past Ghostyferret. He's in. Saved by Nixes.
Believe that was TJF shooting on his own goaltender, and I love to say the best players always shoot on their own goalies.
Yeah. Ghostyferret breaks in, trying to get around Vasilevsky, but Gasoline's able to get the ping off. Ghostyferret behind his own net. For TJF in the slot. Saved by Vasilevsky. What a grab out of midair, robbing TJF. He's only performing against TJF tonight. He's robbed him on multiple occasions. As here's a shot by Berto XD right into the chest of Nixes. An incredible save by Vasilevsky. Wow. In a 6-1 game, mind you.
He's trying to save his stats, Stats are hurting a little bit, letting in 6 goals.
Well, obviously, you're going to try and save every goal, but especially if TJF is the shooter. You do not want to let that guy score. Here's Quake TFA hitting the near post, looking for the rebound. Won't get it. Berto XD with it now. 1-on-1 with Konechny. Konechny dancing through center ice. Getting around Arden B. It's forced to the corner. Konechny looking for the sharp angle. Nothing there. Arden breaking it out. Quake TFA's shot grabbed by Vasilevsky. He's come alive in this third period. Gasolines has a breakaway now. Gasolines is in. Hits the post. And the rebound is out the other side and grabbed by Quake TFA. Quake TFA. Can't hold Gasolines from getting out of the corner. Konechny will, though. Konechny, big hit on Gasolines. Not sure how he even did that. He looked to be facing away from him. Here's Arden B. Takes a shot, saved by Nixes. Quick TFA getting away from Gasoline's. The P3 is in! Quick TFA has his first goal of the night. And an assist by the goaltender, Nixes 12.
Just a simple goal here from Quake TFA. Nix is able to clear the puck. Quake TFA stripping Gasolines of it. It looks like he whiffed. Quake TFA progresses up the ice. And just a simple P3 shot finds its way past Vasilevsky.
That'll make it 7-1 Earthquakes. The second biggest blowout we've seen this season, besides the obvious 14-1 monstrosity that the Bagels dropped on the popcorn. Here's Birdo XD. Can't get it away from Ghostyferret. He'll fight forward on the boards, chasing him behind the net. Successfully gets it away from him. Birdo XD with the puck. Swatted away by TJF. Gasoline's trying to prevent Ghostyferret from getting down the boards. He will. Birdo XD, good pressure on him. TJF just clears it into the Sacramento Surge zone. Gasoline's can't get it past Ghostyferret. He'll look for his fifth. Ghostyferret for TJF on the doorstep. He can't finish. Gasoline's up for Arden B. Arden B's drive into the post and out the other side. Nixie's gonna be thanking his post later, as I believe 3 of the Surge's shots have been denied by the post. This is really just a can TJF score challenge at this point.
It seems like that's all Ghostyferret is trying to accomplish right now. Hit on back door and tap it in.
Obviously garbage time. No team is ever going to score 6 goals. Here's TJF, Vasilevsky reading the play and whacking TJF after. Some BM there. Should have been a penalty, but obviously I get the ref's decision not to call that. It is 7-1. TJF being exposed in chat in VC, saying he's camping it. Ghostyferret trying to swing the rock. Arden B preventing the pass. Very funny with moments like these, where you just focus in on one player who can't score. That's what it's all about. As the Earthquakes take this one 7-1. Very lopsided affair, especially in the second period. As Ghostyferret registers 4 in one period to put him on top 7-1 after a brutal loss to the Pigeons. A good bounce back for the Earthquakes, don't you think, Tucker?
Yeah, very, very well played game by them, registering 18 shots, obviously putting 7 of those past Vasilevsky. And yeah, I think that is really got the spirits up for this Earthquakes team, even after that tough loss to the Paris Pigeons, who were, you know, just a way better team than these guys. But yeah,
bias aside.
Splendid game from the Earthquakes.
Yeah, well, bias aside, great game from the Earthquakes. Just a poor performance from the Surge, despite their loss. In terms of the roster, you know, with Gorius being out, Mike's obviously quitting mid-game with an injury.
Yeah, tore his ACL. So.
Yeah. You know, dirty play by TJF. We'll have to investigate that one. But I believe that'll do it for the second game. We got one more coming at you in 10 minutes. The New York Bagels taking on the Malibu Marshmallows. Should be an interesting one. The Marshmallows been a little inconsistent this season, but they have kept it close against some good teams in the past. So we will see you in 10. Stay tuned for our final game of the night. Denied by TJF. Arden B. Up for Gasolines. Pass unsuccessful. Ghostyferret getting around Gasolines. For TJF in the slot. Gasolines. Not sure how he even did that. He looked to be facing away from him. Here's Arden B. Takes a shot. Saved by 9. He'll keep the Earthquakes at bay, but Ghostyferret, rare pass to TJF 101. As he'll survey his options. He takes the shot. Shot off. Vasilevsky barely able to shoulder that one away. As it looked like Konechny had some room on the short side. Drags it back on Gasolines. He has another chance. Gets around Ghostyferret. Unable to get it. As the second period gets underway here. We'll see a penalty from Sacramento. Pretty bad. Pin him into the corner, though. Quake TFA dancing past Berto XD. Impressive moves there. Gets it to Konechny. Wide open. Change for Gasolines. It looks like Mike's has gone down the tunnel with some sort of injury. Berto XD getting past Konechny and he'll score. Right into the chest of Nikes. An incredible save by Vasilevsky. Wow. In a 6-1 game, mind you. A phase shot grabbed by Vasilevsky. He's come alive in this third period. Gasolines has a breakaway now. Gasolines is in. Hits the post. B, it's forced to the corner. Konechny looking for the sharp angle. Nothing there. Arden breaking it out. Quake TFA. TJF. He's only performing against TJF tonight. He's robbed him on multiple occasions. As here's I think season 1 of BHL. If I'm not mistaken. Here's Ghostyferret on the power play, trying to get around Vasilevsky. Mike's doing a good job of preventing any chances. Ghostyferret regrouping in his own zone. 10 seconds. Ghostyferret has TJF wide open. TJ Quakes here as they lead 2-0. Here's TJF getting it to the middle for Ghostyferret. Looking for his second. He'll go into the chest of Vasilevsky. Can't blame TJ, not known for his finishing ability. Ghostyferret is, though, as he gets past Berto XD, if you could call him that. Led the league in assists in BHL Season 20. As here's Konechny with a break, gets a shot. Pads of Nikes as he's holding the post. Konechny along the boards. Looking for more, gets past Arden B. Saved. They'll have to make sure not to have a third period. All right, hello BHCL watchers. We are back for our final game of tonight, Game 3 of Day 14 of the BHCL. With the New York Bagels taking on the Malibu Marshmallow at home. New York, obviously, one of the better teams of the league. Marshmallows shown some inconsistency this season, but they've shown the ability to keep up with a contending team. ohLuvv, do you think if the Marshmallows play at their best, they can beat the New York Bagels tonight?
Listen, there is actually math that you can put into this, or some sort of formula, okay? So, the Paris Pigeons have beat the New York Bagels. But who has beat the Paris Pigeons?
This guy.
Listen, I'm just spitting facts.
Otters,
The Otters, the Bagels,
Listen,
and who?
Yeah, the Otters, the Marshmallows.
The Marshmallows, exactly. So technically, the Marshmallows have this game in the bag.
Okay, that's not math. That's a pretty
That's
bad
some
way
sort
to
of
deduce
formula.
it. We'll see if that formula proves effective tonight. I think the Marshmallows personally have the potential to do it. While the chances may be slim. But, you know, Zeo1, he has shown the ability to take control of the game, as he would put it. I can't see the Bagels dropping this one, though. They've got too much momentum mentally coming into this game to really drop it. Youppi seems to have worked out their kinks as he brings it around the boards looking for a shot. But Kiet X4 getting in the way of that one to deny him early. Zeo1 getting it away from Youppi. 2-on-1 developing, but Youppi able to poke check that one from behind. WoSniper can't hold Youppi on the near boards. Getting it away from him in the corner is WoSniper. WoSniper denying the shot from Youppi. WoSniper up for Zeo1. Has room! Zeo1 can't finish, though. He had all the time in the world. And Panaman denies him at the doorstep. Zeo1 past Youppi. Getting a shot away. Panaman gloving it down. Dropping it behind the net, but the game will bug, and that will be out of play. Impressive showing from the Marshmallows' first line so far, as Z and WoSniper have been keeping up with Youppi and Arax. WoSniper to the other side for Z. 1-on-1 with Arax. Gets past him. The shot on Panaman. Nothing there. Zeo1 gets the rebound, but Panaman steps in the way of it again. WoSniper to the middle for Z. The pass was not covered, but Z whiffed on it. Youppi the other way. Pinged by Zeo1. Dominance from the Marshmallows early on. Youppi will look to change that as he tries the short side on Kiet. He's able to make the save. Can't jam it in. Zeo1 the other way, but that puck is out of play. ohLuvv, any thoughts so far?
This game's looking pretty even, surprisingly. Look, I may have been trolling at the start of the game. The Bagels are been on a tear lately, but the Marshmallows do seem to be keeping up with them.
Obviously, the Bagels, you know, a lot of people fear them as Tango blasts one from the red line to put the Bagels up on top. As I was saying, not a perfect team, but they certainly do have the advantage, and it shows as the Bagels are up 1-0.
May have been a little commentator's curses right off of the face-off. Right after I spoke, Top Ray just wins it back for his teammate Tango, who blasts that one straight past Kiet X4 to put his team up 1-0 and break the ice in this game.
All right, well, second line's on now. Luke and Stan V, the young gun, making an appearance. The Marshmallows are missing Radium 7 for this game, who normally lines with Luke. So we'll see Stan V get to prove himself here as Top Ray just brings it around Luke. Luke on the back check. Obviously, Luke, one of the best defensive players in the game, whether he's playing forward or defenseman. He's always going to catch up on that back check. Here's Top Ray just getting around Stan V. Kiet, great denial there. Tango will try the short side. He'll whiff on the shot. Stan V now carrying it out of the zone. Pressured by Tango. Top Rages behind his own net. Carries it to the other side. Easily able to get around Stan V. Top Rages for Tango with the P3. It's off the post. Kiet into the corner. Stan V trying to defend against Tango. Good block there. Stan V pulling it back. Tango gives him nothing. They'll wrestle for it behind the net still. Tango looking for something in front. Doesn't get it. They'll try again. Tango known for getting those shots from behind the net. The P2 pullback is a specialty of his as he tries to curve around Kiet, but he'll glove it and he'll hold. All right, here's ZO1 winning the offensive zone faceoff, preventing any chance for the Bagels as Arax gets the shot off. Kiet, excellent reflexes there to make the save. ZO1 for ohLuvv in the middle. He scores! ohLuvv on Youppi's head, and he'll tie the game for the Marshmallows. Youppi complaining that there was no face-off timer in the offensive zone. Obviously, I didn't notice anything, but, you know, that didn't contribute much to the goal. A great play by ZO1 to get it to ohLuvv in the middle, and a great finish from ohLuvv to get it past one of the league's best defenders in Youppi.
Demonio, I might say cold call from you on the goal.
Bit of a delay here.
What are they trying to sort out here?
I'm not sure, but there seems to be a delay. Apparently the game bugged.
So yeah, there's a glitch in the game where sometimes the goal just doesn't register for some reason, and the face-off's buggy. That's what's going on right now. We don't know why this happens. It just happens.
Apparently the stream is stuck on instant replay, according to one of our viewers, and it was stuck on it for the goal.
GG. I'm actually selling. That wouldn't have changed the fact that the face-off showed no counter.
All right, well, Youppi getting it past ZO1. The goal will count. Youppi tries the short side on Kiet. Able to make the save. Youppi trying to curve around again. ZO1 taking the opportunity and scoring. ZO1. He is quick with it. And he puts the Marshmallows up 2-0.
ZO1 all the way from his own zone, beating Youppi. Unable to get that to that puck first, take a slap shot from outside the blue line. Panda Man unable to track that puck. ZO1 will put his team up by 1 goal.
Youppi looking like Lightning McQueen in Cars 3 out there. Not really having the best game. He's been beat on both of these goals. We'll see if they can turn things around here. Arax off the faceoff, loses it to ZO1. He'll hit it back for his defenseman, ohLuvv. Arax catches up to it. ohLuvv over to ZO1, defended by Youppi. Youppi trying to hold him at the line. He does so. Executes ZO1 in the corner with it, trying to wrestle it away from Youppi. Youppi looking for Arax in the slot. It's out to ohLuvv. ohLuvv can't hold Arax. ZO1 up the ice, gets it past Youppi. ZO1 tries to cut around, but Youppi, I believe, got his stick on it. Youppi up the ice, he'll dump it. Change for Tango. Luke on the ice for the Marshmallows. ZO1 will change for Stan V, and both second lines are on now. A minute left. Tango for Top Rages. Top Rages, unable to get past Stan V. He'll advance the puck forward. Tango now. Up the near boards, easily gets past Stan V. His shot into the pads of Kiet. The rebound saved by Kiet, and Kiet steps in front of Top Rage's shot. What a save. It's out to center ice. Incredible save from Kiet, and he's had a strong showing so far in this first period. Tango storming down the ice, saved by Kiet. He'll drop it into the corner. Luke now with it. 17 seconds left. Luke trying to keep possession for the Marshmallows. Youppi getting back on defense to prevent Z01 from doing anything. Z gets it to the boards, defending against Youppi in the corner. Z will try the short side, narrowly wide. And that will finish off the first period, as it's 2-1 Marshmallows. Shots are 11-5 in favor of the Bagels, though. So definitely an odd first period. I'm curious to hear Tucker's thoughts on this.
Yeah, Demoni, haven't really been seeing too much puck possession from the Marshmallows, but they are up in this game. I believe majority of these shots come off of one or two chances from the Bagels where they had 3-4 shots in a row, and Kiet able to stop almost all of them. The one goal that he did let in was off a face-off, right? So he is stopping most of those spurs of shots. And I think that the Marshmallow defense really needs to bear down in front of their goaltender and try and clear that puck away from the front of the net.
Yeah, just, I want to highlight the two Marshmallows goals. Great plays from Z and WoSniper, respectfully. Honestly, it takes a lot to beat Youppi there, and both of them did it. The Bagels, a pretty strong mental team, I'd say, with Youppi as their leader. I don't doubt their ability to get back into this game. But, Panda Man, after letting in a couple weak goals, or no, the first one was not that weak, but the second one, you could argue, was savable. Panda Man does tend to beat himself up about those, so we'll see if he can find his game here in the second period.
And
Tucker, what do you?
And Demoni, let's not actually count out the Bagels just yet. It is only 2-1. This game is very much.
I'm not counting out the Bagels by any means.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, they're the Bagels, right? But this game is very much within reach. As you know, they are out shooting them. I've just received a message. Sorry, Demoni. This is gonna have to be you.
All good. I believe, you really can't count out any team with Youppi on it, no matter how far down they may be. But, the scoreboard's still in favor of the Marshmallows. We'll see if they can either capitalize on their advantage here in the second period, or if they fold. We've seen that with the Blue Ridge Blizzard being up 2-0 on the Bagels with 1:42 to go. And, obviously, we know the outcome of that one. Bagels winning it 4-0 as Youppi kind of just took over. He can be unstoppable in the clutch. Second period underway. Arax into the corner. Getting it out to the slot. Nobody there. WoSniper collects that puck. WoSniper taking it up the near boards. Youppi easily able to read that one, but Z gets past him. Gets past Arax, but Panda Man finds that puck. Drops it behind the net. Arax advancing it forward now. WoSniper keeps it at the blue line. Youppi trying to get it out of the corner. Advancing up the near boards is Youppi. Youppi for Arax in the slot. Z01 denies the chance. Z carries it in front of his net. Arax, soft pressure. Doesn't work. Z01 getting it past Youppi. He's in. Tries the far side. But it's no good. Panda Man steps in front of it. Youppi goes the other way. Z01 on him. Well defended, but Youppi doesn't matter. Gets a shot off, but a great save by Kiet.
A beautiful shot by Youppi, but a better save from the goaltender, Kiet.
Yeah, Youppi seems to have come alive in the second period, but Kiet still solid as ever. He was incredible in the first period, and he's still showing that in this second. CO1 behind the net. Gets it away from Arax. Has Luke on his wing. Tango intercepts the pass, though. Both second lines should be on here soon, pending the change of ZO1. And he will do so, as Luke carries it out from behind his net. Tango hits it back for Top Rages. Stan V on the puck now. Gets it past Tango. Past Top Rages 2, advancing it into the Bagels zone. Tango struggling to get it out of the corner. Has time. Tries to get it up for Top Rages, but he's not there. Luke defending against him. On the back check, pulls it back. Luke cutting to the middle, trying to get around Tango, but he can't do so. Top Rages to the middle for Tango. Luke will win that foot race. It's forced into the Marshmallows corner, though. Luke with it behind his own net. Pressured by Tango. Tango curving to the middle, getting around, but he doesn't get the shot off as Stan V, I believe, got his stick into the way of it. Tango cutting to the corner, trying to evade the pressure of Stan V. Tango pulling it back, looking for the curve to the middle. Luke denying that chance. Whiffs in neutral ice, though, and Tango still maintains possession. Stan V finally gets one out to the Bagels zone. Top Rages just hitting it to the corner. Trying to get one out. Stan V, golden chance. Pinged away by Pandaman. Youppi with it now. Back on the ice for the Bagels. And that puck is sent out of play.
Not to steal
the hitbox of CO1.
Not to steal the spotlight from, Pandaman there. But I believe it was actually Top Rages who had the ping on that. Stan V had the whole far side of the net wide open.
My mistake. Top Rages, Arax winning it forward past WoSniper, getting the shot away, but Kiet steps in front of it. ZO1 beats Youppi. 2-on-1 developing. ZO1 gets the P3 off. It's saved by Pandaman. Youppi to the near boards, past ZO1. 2-on-1 for the Bagels now. Youppi to the middle for Arax. He can't find the puck. Youppi to the middle again, just feeding Arax. He'll get the shot off. It's saved by Kiet. Shouldered away. Prime chance for Arax, but Kiet having himself a game, stopping 13 out of 14 so far. Youppi out to Arax. WoSniper denying that pass. Getting it past Youppi. WoSniper into the chest of Pandaman. WoSniper again with it. Hits it back for his line mate ZO1. Gets past Arax. Looking for the P3. Youppi blocking that one at the blue line. Gets it from WoSniper. Kiet steps in front of it. It's turned aside with the mask. ZO1, 49 seconds to go. Has the puck. Storming down the ice. Arax able to catch up to it and hit it out of play. Offensive zone faceoff for the Marshmallows. Youppi reads the pullback by Z perfectly. What a play there. And Tango now on the ice. Him and Top Rages. Looking for a goal for the Bagels to tie it up here in the last 30 seconds of the period. Tango advances out to Top Rages in the middle. He'll whiff on it a couple times. It's in the net. Top Rages off the post and off the back of Kiet as he accidentally paddles that one in. And that's gotta hurt. For the Marshmallows, 2-2 is our score here in New York.
Yeah, Top Rages tying up the game here as Kiet goes to reach back for the puck, accidentally hits it into his own net. Honestly, I don't know how he found that lane, but a great goal nonetheless by Top Rages.
Incredible showing from the Bagels' second line so far, as they have both of the goals, I believe. Youppi now breaking out on the faceoff. Stan V able to defend against him. Stan V keeping it behind the Marshmallows net, making sure not to give Youppi that passing lane. Stan V out for Luke. He'll clear it to center ice. Looking for Morris. Tango to the middle for Youppi. Has to get the shot off. Stan V. Incredible block to finish out the period. And that's 2. One more to go. ohLuvv, what are your thoughts?
2 periods, 2 goals apiece. The Malibu Marshmallows looked really, really good that period. Just an unfortunate bounce finds its way into the back of the net to tie this game. But I think they outshot the Bagels, I believe, at the end of the period. Actually, I believe it was even 5-5 in shots. But Kiet is absolutely standing on his head. A spectacular game from him, looking like his S18 self before he made the transition to player. Or skater, sorry. And yeah, he's made a ton of stellar saves tonight. Point blank in the slot, P3s. People, skaters trying to cut across the net, and he just loves it down.
Yeah, and Kiet, he's had an incredible game, but obviously the own goal is going to sting. The mental of a goalie definitely goes down after one of those. We'll see if they can hold the Bagels for one more period, or even if they can score again, as the Bagels seem to have patched up the mistakes they were making in the first. More specifically, Youppi looked pretty stellar that period, preventing any chances for the Marshmallows. But this first line of Zeo1 and WoSniper has really surprised me so far.
Yeah, they're doing a really, really good job of shutting down Youppi, shutting down Arax. A few passes have slipped by, but seems the lights have been too bright for Arax this game, as he's not been able to connect with them. But Youppi held scoreless so far through 2. Youppi has told me that his team is not a first, second period team, that they do really, really show out in the third period. So this first line might have to work overtime to keep Youppi off the score sheet here.
All right, well, we'll see. This is a spicy one. Final score predictions, Tucker.
I think this game's going to be a one-goal game. I'm going to take New York 3-2, potentially in overtime.
I'm a Marshmallows believer. I think they've played great this game. I'm going to take the Marshmallows 3-2. In regulation.
In regulation. All right.
In regulation. I think they get one in the third period.
That would be huge for the Marshmallows in the playoff race, as the Earthquakes have 1 loss, 1 win today. So.
All right. Well, the Marshmallows, Zeo1 not there to line up for the face-off. Arax able to win it after the miscommunication by the Marshmallows. WoSniper now getting around the net. Out for Zeo1, who seems to be on the ice now. Finally gets on after a bit of a weird circumstance on the face-off. Zeo1 pulling it back on Youppi behind his own net, but Youppi able to find it. Trying to get the 2-on-1, but whiffs on the puck. Zeo1 defending against him behind the Marshmallows net. Youppi out to the middle, pinged away by Kiet. Youppi to the far circle. Arax wins that race against WoSniper. Arax curving towards the middle. He scores! What a goal by Arax! And the Bagels are up 3-2.
Spectacular goal from Arax, walking out from the corner. You don't see that tech from him every day, as he just puts the puck right above the crease and pulls it back past Kiet. As the goaltender is way out of position here.
Youppi pointing out in the chat that Arax was a 5th-round pick. I was surprised when he fell that far in the first place. Obviously, Youppi proving why he's a Arax proving why he himself is a draft steal. He's been unlocked on this first line with Youppi. Very smart player. And he's doing all the things you want to see from him against first liners like Z01 and ohLuvv. Z trying to get it past Youppi. Youppi able to win it in the corner. Out for Arax. Well defended by ohLuvv. Out for Z. The shot is sent wide. ohLuvv to the middle. Youppi getting it away from Z. Three bodies barreling towards that puck, but yet was able to ping it out. Youppi down the boards. Behind the net. Z01 pressuring it. Gets it out of the zone. Arax hitting it back in, but ohLuvv collects it out to the middle for Z, but Youppi catches up. Youppi away from the corner. 2-on-1 here. But Arax will go off it for a change. And there will be no chances for the Bagels here. Luke cutting to the middle. Pandaman reading that one well. The rebound was loose, but Youppi able to ping it to the boards. Luke getting it away from him again. Pandaman staying strong after those first 2 goals. Making good plays to keep the Bagels on top. Top Rages in the corner for Tango. The shot right into the chest of Kiet. Wonderful save from the young goalie. Stan V now in the corner with Tango. Tango behind the Marshmallows net. Looking to the middle for Top Rages. He scores! Gets it past Luke, and Kiet unable to make the read, and it's 4-2 Bagels.
It seems although the second line has been unstoppable tonight as they put the Bagels up by 2 goals, a slightly more comfortable lead than 1. But they do like to say that the 2-goal lead is the worst lead in hockey.
They say that about a lot of leads.
Well, they say that about... Well, I've only heard it about the 2-0 leads, or 2-0.
I've heard it about the 3-goal lead, too.
Oh, the 3-goal lead, really? Oh.
I don't think
Never
any
heard that
lead
one,
is
honestly.
bad in hockey, honestly. I really think that's a pretty bad narrative. That's just my opinion, though. Here's Top Rages to the boards, denied by Luke. Luke trying to get something going for this Marshmallows team. 2 minutes and 30 seconds for the Marshmallows to get 2 and tie this game. Top Rages looking for the curve. He won't find it. Stan V pinging it out of the crease. It may have been Luke. One of the 2 Marshmallows players able to find that puck before Top Rages could. Top Rages out of the corner with it. He has some filthy hands. Him and Tango both. And we've seen it from Arax tonight, too, with his go-ahead goal. As Stan V advances it into the Blizzard, or no, not Blizzard, the Bagels zone, excuse me. Luke now, defending Tango. He'll get it to the corner. Tango looking for the short side. Nothing there. Tango trying to curve around Luke. Won't be able to. Luke forcing it behind the Bagels net. Minute 37 to go. Tango coming away with it. Up for Top Rages. Z01 able to read that play well. Z getting it away from Top Rages. Out for ohLuvv. He'll try to bang one over for Z, but it's denied by Top Rages. Z will have to take it himself. Z01 with Top Rages on him. Can't get anything going. ohLuvv cuts past Youppi. Out to the middle for Z01. He had the P3 ready, but Arax stepping in the way of it. Z knew he didn't have a shot. Youppi gets away from him. Z01. A minute left. Time winding down for the Marshmallows to come back into this game.
Replay.
Z01. Trying to get it around to Youppi. Youppi now getting around ohLuvv, but ohLuvv denying the chance at a sharp angle, mind you, but still no angle is impossible for Youppi. Here's Z01 storming down the ice, looking for the near post. He taps it in. The Marshmallows aren't done yet. It's 4-3. 32 seconds to go, and Z01 puts them within 1. And they'll pull here. A bold strategy, especially with a neutral zone faceoff. as the Marshmallows will call the TO. Here's Z01 winning it off the draw. Marshmallows, 30 seconds to do something here. Looks like they'll pull Luke to the middle for Z01. Z01 doesn't have the shot. Whoa, Sniper. Denying Youppi's clearing attempt. 15 seconds to go. Whoa, Sniper. Out to the point for Z01. Doesn't get the P3 off. Luke defending Youppi. 9 seconds to go. This will be the final drive. Luke can't get away from Youppi. And Youppi will have the empty netter for his first of the game, and the dagger. The Bagels will take this one 5-3.
With 3 seconds left, Youppi finally finds his way on the score sheet, eh?
Yeah, I mean, he had one with the Arax assist, I believe.
Oh yes, he did. He did have an assist.
But still, I mean,
well, a good move off the boards. Empty net goal, but still a great move off the boards to lose the players.
If you can count on one player to defend during an empty net scenario, Youppi is one of them. He has 2 empty net goals this season. We'll finish off the final 3 seconds of the game as a formality here. Z01 trying to get one more on the board for the stats, but he won't be able to. That will be it for tonight. The Bagels taking it 5-3 in a thriller against the Marshmallows. The Marshmallows playing well, but definitely not enough as the Bagels storm back from 2-0 down. We do have an interview. I mean,
hello, are we ready?
Yeah, we are ready. ohLuvv, do you have any questions before we get started? Luke, I noticed a bit of a down game from you offensively. Have you been doing anything differently to try and get on the score sheet lately, or what's up with that?
I mean, if anything, I've been trying to play more and more defensive. What is going on in front of me? I've been trying to play more and more defensive between different line mates for different reasons. Just trying to keep the pucks out of the net, which obviously tonight did not work well in our favor. So yep, there's that. Hold on. There you go.
Yeah. Well, I'm here to interview you, Luke. Well, other than your performance, obviously, do you think Kiet proved himself as a starter tonight?
Yeah, no, I think Kiet did a great job. It kind of feels bad to not be able to bring him home a win. I know for like one thing he absolutely balled out on. There's so many different players that I feel like played super well today. So it's unfortunate to see another game that you feel like was pretty winnable slip by. It's kind of been the motif of the Marshmallows this season.
Yeah,
but,
you know.
Yeah, Kiet playing out of his mind alongside of Z. Z had an amazing game against Youppi. So
I also want to highlight Whoa Sniper, who had a pretty solid defensive performance. But yeah, I think that's it for me. If we want to open this up to the audience for questions, obviously a hard-fought game, definitely winnable. But Bagels had the advantage going into it. Had the advantage in the last 2 periods as well. Any questions from the audience or in chat?
How does the loss impact the remainder of the season? Well, I can guarantee you there's one trade that I would definitely like to make. It is kind of hard. It's kind of rough. Gonna do a little bit of throwing under the bus here, which is abnormal for me. But it's kind of rough when you take a risk on your second round draft pick and then they just straight up ghost you for multiple days on end. Not much you can really do about that. I think Stan V played exceptionally well. He comes out from the JBHL, comes up and does fairly good against a team that is absolutely stacked like that. And yeah, it's just a little rough there. Yeah, I think like Stan V obviously did a great fill-in, but again, you just like to see the team that you built play the game.
Yeah, I mean, not to name names, but he is talking about Radium 7, their second round pick, who did not show up for today's game. So look out for his name on the trade market. Do we have any other questions in chat before we close things out here?
I am an open book.
He sure is.
WoSniper,
yeah, WoSniper.
Oh, directed at Youppi.
Oh, he has a question directed at Youppi. He's not really here to answer those questions right now, but
Luke,
well, I think
I have a
that'll
question.
do it.
Yeah, what's up,
Alfresco?
Yeah, I just got back. But what is your plan for the future this season? Obviously, looking in, you are not in the playoffs. What do you plan to do in these last couple of days in order to find yourself in the playoff chase?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely rough. There's very limited options when it comes to the BHCL for different reasons. Trades are extremely hard to make. There's no prospects really. There's no picks or anything like that. It's basically just 1-for-1 trades, and the top teams don't want to move off of their star players. So it's going to be really up to the bottom teams to try to move things around to make things work for everyone. The biggest thing moving forward is probably just going to be keeping some of the core together and moving small things. I think like the Marshmallows have shown that like we have a chance to be here. We don't play bad games. We don't get absolutely blown out. Z is, he's scoring goals. He's doing what we drafted him to do now. WoSniper obviously plays so good defensively. Kiet just had a great game. Obviously at the end, like the goals say five. He got 5 goals, or excuse me, 4 goals scored against him because of an empty netter. But I think that's discrediting how well he played. Like just it's yeah, it'll be tricky, but I still really have high hopes for this team. I still think that things are good. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, not as bad of a blowout as we saw in our second game, the Earthquakes taking it 7-1. How do you guys think you stack up against the Earthquakes in that 6th and final playoff spot? Do you think you're going to be able to win out and supplant the Earthquakes?
The Earthquakes are just such an inconsistent team that I think that we definitely can do that. I think at the end of the day, it just comes down to how well we play. Especially me specifically might be putting a little bit too pressure on me, but on that second line, I think I could be a lot more dangerous.
All right, well, that'll do it for tonight's BHCL games. Thank you, Luke, for the interview and for color commentating and streaming the game earlier. Thank you, ohLuvv, or Tucker, as we like to call him, for streaming and color commentating as well. Our refs, Ghostyferret, and I believe Dripsky and Vasilevsky refed the other ones. I have been Damoni, your host. Thank you all, and have a good night. Stay tuned for Saturday's games.